All right. Hello, everybody. Um, this is something I've been highly anticipating on doing. I guess you would say it's my first video dropping, on YouTube. I'm really excited to do this. This is something I've always wanted to share with people and with everyone, really, friends, family, whomever, to be honest. And I just want to clarify and make things right. I'm no life coach, no love guru, no life guru, none of that. I'm just a normal guy who just happened to have experience happen to him, life-changing experiences that happened to me that I realized that were beneficial to my life, that made me who the person I was, and how some situations I shifted my perspective on how I was seeing the world, and also how I was seeing it through my own lens within my family. The conditioning that I had growing up, being a person of color, being a first generation I guess American, you would say, immigrant, I don't know, I guess you would say here, coming up from a, immigrant background, being black in America. So just my take on it. Of course, it's gonna be different to everyone. It's gonna be different to you watching this. It's not gonna, it's much different, Our morals and values and principles are gonna be different. So just bear with me. I hope you can take on what I'm gonna say, to help your life. Maybe try it your own way, or maybe just listen to just a story of mine and just try to connect with it. I guess I don't expect everyone to gel into what I'm saying, but I thought I just shared this on YouTube with everyone. I'm quite excited to do this. Shout out my friend Edson. He told me every YouTuber start with one video. It's true. So this is it. And Edson, shout you out, man. I hope you're doing well. Big ups to you, man. Thank you. So yeah. So a quick introduction to myself. My name is Christian Alex Inove. I'm 23 years old. I'm just someone out here trying to live life and just trying to enjoy it for myself, and trying to, like I said, with my own experiences and the cards I was dealt with in life, just learning as I go. I have a lot to learn. I'm still a young man. I'm a student to life. I'm a student to all this. So we're gonna call this because the moon's out and I'm feeling the energy. We're gonna be, this is gonna be called the Introductory Moon Talk. So, hello everyone. We're here. I don't have anything written down to talk about, but I guess we just get going. We just get going from here. So, alright. So, I want to talk about ego. Ego. E-G-O. Bingo was his name, that's what we're going with. Ego. Alright. So, reading the book Ego is the Enemy, I believe it was by Ryan Holiday, really made me shift my perspective on how I view my life, how I view my goals, my ambitions, and what I have driven towards them. And the first thing was doing YouTube. I've always wanted to do this. I've always thought I had a way to share my personality, my voice, my aura on a platform. But what drove me to it mostly, and I'm going to be honest, of course, I'm going to be honest with everyone and with the viewer, what drove me more than getting to people was making money. It wasn't about, touching people's lives. It wasn't about, how can I help people? It was about the money. What drove me was the money, the fame, the things that came with the fame, whether that be the woman, whether that be the designer clothing, whether that be, the name I make for myself, all the blase, la puterias that come with it, This shit, that doesn't matter when you think about it. So that was what drove me the most. And I had to realize for a minute that he talked about a U.S. Air Force pilot who went above and beyond in his admirations. But what drove him the most was duty, honor, country, and how some soldiers could be driven to that. That's their start. That would get them going into the military, and that's what starts that gets them going into the military. But they end up taking the route of corruption, greed, and power, and that's what happens to some of us. We have goals of high ambitions of what we want to do, but we're driven by the wayside by things that really don't matter that much. And we want things for fame, we want it for clout, we want it for recognition. We want it for the pat on the backs. We want it for the money. We want it for that. You can even ask people in colleges, like colleges and careers. I mean, no disrespect to anyone, but what would drive them? They probably say the money. Most people actually say the money. I'm like, you're just gonna be chasing money for the rest of your life. Like, you want to love what you do. You want to enjoy what you do. That's how you be the best at your craft. That's how you'll work on it. You'll enjoy the grit of your graft. You'll just tweak. You're probably like MJ back in like 96. You get in there, you're working towards it. That's what it's all about, rather than wanting the high status and whatnot. And that's what I had to realize for myself to join YouTube and get on here for sure, and to make this video at this very moment. I had to look past, and I had to see. I came back to the realization that I wanted to help others. Forget what views I'll get. Forget the subscriptions and subscribers. All that doesn't mean a thing. Matters the most is what the message I'm getting out to people every day to help their lives, and that will keep me going forever. And that's what dilutes the ego that we think that we have, and that we think like, our ego really controls us. Our subconscious controls us. As much as one thing we have full control of our minds, it's kind of like that's what drives us. If you ask most people, why they go to work, they say just for a paycheck. But do they give their all whilst working hard? Whilst they're working, or do they give 100%, smile on their face, energy up here, ready to go, ready to take on the day? Some people just, as long as they're like, I just want to get paid already. That's the difference, honestly. That's the difference. And I hope we can all apply that to our lives, or going to work. Sometimes like, I'm going to work, but change your perspective and be like, all right, I have an opportunity to work, to make money. I have an opportunity to get better at this. Sun Tzu, I think that's how you pronounce it, had a saying that said, from one thing, learn 5,000 other things. Whilst at your work, you can also learn a plethora of other things to learn as well, to maybe better your personality, or better your skills in the workplace, or better your human connection, no matter what you do. I mean, I happen to work in a restaurant, so